Friends, it's so wonderful to see so many of you here today as we launch the next phase of our campaign to shut down Northrop Grumman. It's vital that we turn up to these demos in increasing numbers in order to raise awareness of the presence of arms manufacturers and genocide enablers operating on our doorstep here in Malden. Northrop Grumman is hiding in plain sight. They've taken down their signs because they don't want us to know that they're there. But we know that they're there, and there's no hiding from accountability. Our message to Northrop Grumman is this: there's no use trying to hide. We know that you're there, and we know who you are. Northrop Grumman are the world's third largest weapons manufacturer. They help to create intercontinental ballistic missiles capable of carrying nuclear warheads. They produce components for F-35 jets used by the IDF to kill Palestinians in their ongoing genocide in Gaza, and they even support Donald Trump by producing surveillance technologies that are used on the US-Mexico border. There should be no place for a company assisting Trump and Starmer's authoritarianism here in the heart of southwest London. Our campaign to shut down Northrop Grumman is also part of the wider struggle against wars of oppression and in favour of the liberation of all peoples around the world. We must take inspiration from the resistance of the Palestinian people who have survived over 2 years of bombardment and refused to be erased. Arms companies, including Northrop Grumman, have blood on their hands. By arming a genocidal state, they are complicit in crimes against humanity. Over 70,000 Palestinians have died since 2023. Over 20,000 of those individuals were children. It may take decades to calculate the full loss of life and devastation that has been caused. Each one of those people who have been killed have had their hopes and dreams for the future snatched away from them. We must do everything we can to hold the companies who facilitated this genocide to account and do anything we can to stop this from ever happening again. We need the government to not only shut down Northrop Grumman, BAE Systems, Elbit, Lockheed Martin and all the rest, but also to enact sanctions on Israel and help to bring the war criminals in Netanyahu's government to The Hague, where they belong.
You too.
Palestine!
Well, that was a good start. So peace, what peace? We knew there would be no peace for the people of Palestine. The Palestinians in Gaza are still facing bombardment. They're still facing starvation, a shortage of food and medical care. We knew that this would be a ceasefire in name only. The peace allows Israel to continue with its military presence in Gaza and to take over more of the West Bank. The pariah state continues its genocidal actions. In Gaza, during what was declared a ceasefire, a supposed pause in violence, over 100 Palestinians, including 46 children, were killed in a single night of Israeli airstrikes. These were not accidents. These were deliberate acts of aggression carried out under the shadow of a truce, a betrayal of the very concept of peace. And of course, we must not forget the West Bank as they continue to take more and more land. Let us be clear, a ceasefire that allows one side to bomb with impunity is not a ceasefire. It is a license to kill. This is not peace. This is not justice. This is not humanity. So what must we do, stood here today? We must continue to speak the truth loudly and clearly. We must call out violations of international law. Civilians are not collateral. They are fathers and mothers, brothers and daughters. Their lives matter. We must demand accountability. Governments must not hide behind diplomacy while bombs fall. We must keep pressuring our so-called politicians and leaders to uphold human rights, investigate war crimes and stop arms sales that fuel the devastation. Support humanitarian aid, amplify Palestinian voices, Let us not speak for them, but with them. Share their stories, elevate their calls for dignity and freedom and life. And just like today, and thanks to Connor and his team, we must continue to build coalitions for peace. Free Palestine. Thank you very much.
When you see an F-35 fighter jet dropping a 2,000-pound bomb on a refugee camp, that is Northrop Grumman. They build the fuselage, they build the advanced targeting systems. When you see an Apache helicopter firing missiles into a residential building, that is Northrop Grumman. They build the laser targeting systems. This company is not just complicit, it's a core architect of the slaughter. And their business model is simple. The more bombs they drop, the more missiles they fire, the more their stock prices goes up, and the more their executives get paid. It's a business that profits directly from human suffering. It starts with us, our money goes to our councils, our public money, the pensions of our teachers, our librarians, our street cleaners, being used to build the very weapons that are killing children in Gaza. Our money is being turned into blood money right here in our communities. And when we tell our councils about this, they tell us it's too complicated. They tell us the London Civ is too busy to look into the 7 billion risk. We're here to say that's not good enough. We know what you do, and we will not be silent. We are here to send a message to our local councils. You can't hide anymore behind these investments. You have the power to act as a client, and you have the moral duty to act. We demand you strengthen your investments policies. We demand you instruct the London Civ to divest. And we're here to break this circle of complicity. And we will not stop until the money is no longer used to fund genocide.
We gather here today because we refuse to stand by while egregious systems of violence continue to operate in our locality, our country. The arms industry in the UK is not some abstract foreign phenomenon. Companies here make crucial components for weapon systems that are used in what many credible observers describe as war crimes and potentially genocide. For example, Campaign Group Campaign Against Arms Trade reports that 15% of every F-35 jet that Israel is using to bombard Gaza is made by British industry. There are numerous UK-registered companies manufacturing components for the F-35 combat aircraft or holding export licenses to Israel. One of the companies involved is Northrop Grumman Corp here. Woo! Shame! Shame! They supply the Israeli military with a wide variety of weapons. Free Palestine! Including various missile systems. Their technologies are also integrated in Israel's main weapon system, including its fighter jets and missile ships. Their weapons have been used in repeated assaults on Gaza, assaults documented by the UN, human rights organisations and legal scholars.
Arms trade workers, here's an early warning. You might wake up tomorrow morning and find that this is the glorious day when all your jobs will just melt away. Because the people of the world are going to make sure there'll be no more war. So now's the time to switch your occupation from dealing in death and desolation. Don't hang around now you've been told the international murder trade's about to fold. You won't have to maim, you won't have to kill. You can use your brain and use your skill. Peace needs workers of all kinds. Make artificial limbs instead of landmines. Tricycles instead of tridents. Violins instead of violence. Lifeboats, hospitals, medicines, drains, food and toys, and buses and trains. Come on, there's plenty of work to be done if we're going to make peace for everyone.
Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Say hey! Say ho! Northrop Grumman's got to go! Say hey! Say ho! can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.
Northrop Grumman, you can't hide.
We charge you with genocide.